Oh, why? Hello there, and welcome to Channel Quarantine States News. I'm Samuel Cohen, and today we'll be focusing on the recent events in Russia. In the Soviet Union, there has been increased reform, and the Stalinist era has not been reestablished. However, the Soviet Union is still a harsh, aggressive dictatorship. Please tell me that the teleprompter is wrong. Cuss! But first, let's take a look at the recent events in Poland following Pope John Paul II. Here we are with John Doe.
John Doe here with Cardinal Martinez, taking a deeper look at the reforms and policies of Pope John Paul II, a close associate of yours.
Thanks for having me. I'll try to enlighten everyone to the best of my abilities about the wonderful things he is doing.
Introducing communism to Poland was like putting a saddle on a cow. A famous quote from Stalin. Is that true, Cardinal?
Yes, it is very true. The Soviets have been unable to push communism into our country. We have resisted politically, and also the Catholic Church has helped us to stay away from communism. The Russians have not been able to monopolize society.
How has the Russian economy affected Poland?
Even though we are not communist, we are closely tied with the Russian economy, and they are slumping right now. So are we. Since the first oil shock, the economy has gone straight downhill.
How has Pope John Paul II affected the people in Poland?
He's really excited and united the Polish people. He has rallied them around a common goal, getting rid of the Russians in our country. Many revolts have taken place because of him, including the one at the Lenin shipyards, with 16,000 participants. After 18 days of strike, the workers furthered their demands and won many of them, including free trade unions, freedom of speech, release of political prisoners, and economic reforms when the government gave in and signed the Dansk Agreement. They also formed the Solidarity.
And what is that?
It is where the revolting workers form and organize a free and democratic trade union. It has united our nation and made it easier to stand against the Soviets. We currently have 9.5 million people in this support group and are hoping to continue to grow.
Is this a violent party?
Absolutely not. We refuse to use violence against the communists. We will not completely take over the government because we do not want the Soviets to invade. We hope to avoid trouble with the Russians.
Thanks for your time. Now back to Samuel Cohen in the studio.
Thank you, John Doe. Viewers, be sure to stay tuned in for a special upcoming event after this important commercial break.
Quarantine States News is brought to you by Recent History of the Soviet Union.
In 1968, Russia invaded the Czech Republic. This was a crucial event of the Brezhnev era. This invasion showed how the Soviet leaders were looking to preserve communism. Re-Stalinization began, but it was more collective this time rather than personal. The living standards rose, people began wanting better education and opportunities. Russia began to want more freedom, but rulers thought it would bring the desire for complete freedom. People such as Alexander Solzhenitsyn were expelled from Russia for protesting the government. Communism was very stable during the year 1970. The country began to change under Brezhnev's nose. Peasants became less focused on agriculture and more on education.
This has been Recent History of the Soviet Union.
Don't listen to white music. Listen to music that rocks with Rock God. Hear all the hits from AC/DC, Kiss, Metallica, and all your other favorite rock bands.
Rock God is now available for just $9.99. Rock on.
Now we take a deeper look at Mikhail Gorbachev's life as Sam Fish, our reporter, sits down with him and talks over his policies and administration.
Hi, I'm Sam Fish, and I'm here with Quarantine States News, and I have Mikhail Gorbachev on the phone to interview. Mikhail, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, well, this is Sam Fish, and just thanks again for sitting down with us.
I'm happy to do it. I believe the people of my country should get a better look at what's really going on here.
So, what were your initiatives once you took control?
My initiatives were to bring in political and cultural liberalization. What I didn't realize is that it would turn into democracy and self-determination.
Now we know that you have been known to always be on your toes, very witty and quick-minded. But when did you become like that? Where did you learn to act like that?
I started really thinking and becoming quick on my toes when I became a lawyer, but my knowledge and wisdom really increased when I was trying to move up in the Communist Party.
Okay. So, you've said before that you think communism is not competing with capitalism. But when did you really realize that? When did it become a thought in your mind that Russia needs to change their economic system?
I realized when I saw the living conditions of the common people of my country. I saw how the Cold War was making life difficult, and I decided that it was holding us back. I saw we needed better relations with the West, and we needed to improve the living conditions of our people.
Okay, so what have you done legally to change Russia, to change our country?
I've made vodka illegal. Just kidding. But I have tried to limit drinking. It's not really working.
Okay, what are your views on our economy right now?
I've seen that we are in need of change, so I've decided to reconstruct through the perestroika. I'm going to ease the price controls and provide personal services for consumers. I'm also issuing the glasnost, so that the press can have more freedom and people can speak their minds more freely. Democracy is on the rise. I won't stop it violently, but it is not going to be easy to talk people out of it.
Okay, and that's all we have for you. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Because my car wrecked, I lost all my money. But I got back because car pawn. Yeah, make it me. Woo!
Hey. Well, thank you, Sam Fish. Today is a very historic day, as it is the first Soviet election since 1917. According to USA's news reporter, Dennis Hatworth, is on the scene in the Soviet Union to tell you what the people think.
Hello, I am Dennis Hatworth here in the Soviet Union. And this is a truly historic event since it's the first time since 1917 that free elections have been held here. I've asked a random citizen in this line to answer a few questions about things that are going on in the Soviet Union. Thank you for joining me. What is your name? Меня зовут Dima. Thank you, Dima. Now, you're here in this line to vote. What exactly are you voting for?
Когда я буду в России, я буду там говорить на русском, и потом, когда я пойду в другой город, я скажу: «Ты что, сука, там делаешь сегодня?» И потом я скажу ему: «Извините, сэр, мне надо писать на твой стул». Ладно? Спасибо.
Well, that's excellent news to hear. You mentioned Mikhail Gorbachev. Can you tell me a little about his leadership in the Soviet Union?
Он очень хороший лидер нашей УССР, как вы говорите. И потом, когда он будет наш друг, мы сказали им: «Ты очень хороший друг, и мы тебя люблю».
Well, that didn't work out so great. But he has introduced a new policy of openness, which is very popular. Tell me about this glasnost.
Glasnost очень хороший. Да пошел нахуй ты! Когда мы там были, он хороший. Эта программа очень хорошая, но нам не нравится, потому что очень, не знаю, просто очень маленькая девочка.
That's amazing. If it was not for freedom of speech, I wouldn't have the job that I do. Can you tell me about democratization?
Ты что думаешь, что я буду говорить про это идиотское слово? Я даже не знаю, что ты говоришь. Ну ладно, я просто буду говорить, потому что ты меня не понимаешь, потому что я говорю на русском.
Thank you for your time. I hope it goes all well with these elections.
Спасибо.
Back to you.
I am so hot. I wonder how I look with a mustache.
Oh man, I forgot to turn off the lights. Dang it, now I can't watch my favorite TV show. This used to be me. I used to have to get off the couch to turn off the lights, but now with the clapper, I don't have to do that anymore. All I have to do is go like this.
The clapper can be yours for only 5 easy payments of $19.99. Don't get off the couch, just clap on and clap off.
Oh man, I forgot to turn off the lights. Oh, it's alright, I've got the clapper.
Order your clapper today.
And now it's time for that special event we've been waiting for.
We're out of time.
Oh, well. This has been Quarantine States News. Tune in next time for more information.